In my time, I have seen much. The ruins of Nogrod and Belagos, the smoking hellscape of Erebor after Smaug was vanquished, and the dark and foreboding shadow that fell upon Moria. But I have not seen anything like the disgrace of Gundabad. Many years ago, our ancestors cleared this place of any vestige of orc life during the Great Cleansing. The central cavern, the site of Durin's awakening and the main chamber within the mountain, was cleaned and polished and, more importantly, sealed. A great door made of the finest stone was built before the entrance to the main chamber, and my people, knowing that we could not maintain a watch on Gundabad, sealed the door. It has always been said that Eru Iluvatar himself could not break through that damned door, and that has not been the case. With crude tools and with no care or concern for the craftsmanship, the snow orcs had chipped and chiseled and broken their way through the door and defiled the chamber. It is not clear whether they knew of the significance of this place. What they have done here should not be repeated. In the center of the room, they had constructed a great pyre. The flames were still burning as we entered, and it quickly became clear that the elves of Mirkwood had been used as the fuel. Recently. In the back of the room were a number of hideous machines, and it was not difficult to see what they had been used for, given that a number of them were still occupied. We had been told of the evil deeds of Melkor's most faithful servants, and we are familiar with the evils of the goblins, but these snow orcs are barbaric. We found a small group of elves locked away in one of the side chambers. They drew back as we approached and refused to believe we were not orcs. It became clear quite quickly that their eyes had been removed, and the orcs had clipped the top of each of their ears, and the clippings decorated the walls of their small cell. We could not get any information from them, and they were just simply sent to rest. The news of this desecration, though, spread quickly amongst our ranks, and Balin, who had been shoring up the outer defences as a priority, finally came to see with his own eyes what had been done to the birthplace of his people. He walked the chamber in silence before kneeling at the base of the great pyre. After a time, he stood and gathered as many of us before him as he could fit into the chamber, and there, before hundreds of his kin, he swore that this place would never be desecrated again. By his blood, he would see this chamber restored, and he would defend the birthplace of the Longbeards. He took out a small dagger and swore this oath in blood. Balin then charged Carcoon with the restoration of the chamber, and he left. And he has not been back since. A few days later, Balin ordered us to move further into Snow Orc lands, as he wanted to claim the mansion of Dane's Halls, before fortifying and awaiting support from Khazad-dûm. Our army marched, leaving behind a small company to defend Gundabad. We met little to no resistance, and the paltry garrison at Dane's Halls fell in no time at all. Balin gave the order for us to defend. We would break the snow orcs here at the hall and stop them getting anywhere near to Gundabad. A second army had also made its way north and had taken the human castle of Framsburg. They would hold the southern front, and we would hold the north. There was great revelry that night. We had destroyed countless snow orc companies by then, and had stripped them of a place that they had called home for hundreds of years. And better still, work had begun on restoring the Chamber of Durin. And despite Erebor still being held by the orcs, our army felt there was nothing we could not do. The very next morning the mood turned sour. A messenger arrived at our gates from Khazad-dûm. His clothes were torn, and he had 2 puncture wounds in his left arm. He could barely speak and was ragged from his journey. When the dwarf finally did speak, a dim light seemed to fall upon us all. Thror's vengeance had fallen to an army from Dol Guldur. The passage north had been closed. The messenger said that Lord Floy had instructed the relief column to return to Khazad-dûm, and then he instructed them to push east. He hopes to cut the head from the snake and stop any more forces of the enemy from moving north, lest we face armies from both Gundabad and Dol Guldur here at the weekly held Dane's Halls. Balin approved of Floy's actions, and as usual his face did not betray any emotion. Balin then gathered our entire army in the great chamber of Dane's Hall. He climbed atop the speaker's podium and told the gathered dwarves there that we would now be fighting alone. No support would come from the south until Dol Guldur fell, and it was not clear how long that would take. We would be fighting alone, against overwhelming odds and an enemy that hates our kind with every ounce of their being. Balin reminded the gathered dwarves that we had always fought alone, and this predicament was nothing we had not faced in the past. Here, at the walls of our ancestors' home, we would break this enemy, and they would come to fear the dwarves, or we would die trying. Silence fell on the chamber, but my heart swelled with pride. On the faces looking back at us, I saw only determination and grit. There was no fear. There was no shock or sadness. There was only resolve. We would endure. The silence was eventually broken by a low murmur. I could not make it out at first, and it sounded only like a low rumble from within the earth, but more and more dwarves took up the call, and as it grew, the words became clearer and clearer, until the mountain itself shook with the war cry of 1,000 battle-ready dwarves. Baruch Khazad! Baruch Khazad! Baruch Khazad! Let them come. Baruch Khazad! My Gavan and Melanine, and well met indeed. I am Adrian and welcome back to Middle-earth as we continue on as Khazad-dûm. We are giving them all we've bloody well got. The campaign has become, dare I say, interesting. And I apologise, I shouldn't say that, but what does it matter? We speak the truth here, that's what you're all here for. The campaign was becoming a little bit stale because we'd basically already won it. But fortunately, the Eru himself has intervened, as he frequently does. He doesn't really, he only intervenes a few times. But anyway, Eru has intervened, and Dol Guldur have attacked us, so we now actually have a challenge. And I stand by what was written in that introduction, and I absolutely loved writing that introduction. I felt emotions rise within me when I was writing the final part, and hopefully I was able to do them justice in the recording, but I'm not an actor, sadly. So I'm not sure I got the strength of the message across, but damn it, we are going to hold Gundabad and Dane's Halls regardless of what our enemy throws at us. So, if you missed the last episode, but you wish to have a little recap, I'll give you one. Thror's vengeance has indeed fallen. That part is correct. Dol Guldur have taken it from us. No armies can now pass north because they've got to go through Dol Guldur territory and they'll just be harassed the whole way. So the reinforcing column that was going north, which is now being led by Daram, instead has gone east. We are going to push straight for Dol Guldur. We're going to drive into the heart of the forest, take the castle from them, and gut their power. I will then slowly clear my way north to get to Balin, and it can't be that slow. It needs to be a bit quick. Gnarly, however, is going to go north and try and get Thror's vengeance. So we've got Daram and we've got Captain Fruhar who are going to push east, and troops are going to, as you can see, constantly go with them. We're going to send as many people east as we can. We need to make use of the monies that we've got. I don't mind going into financial ruin in order to ensure our victory is secured here, but that's the plan. Gurn in the north, in the meanwhile, needs to save Framsburg from Gundabad, because Gundabad now, the nearest city that they have is Rakiberg, which is just there, so we can't afford to lose Framsburg to them. So Gurn is going to have to go back and hit Captain Khazad-dûm, which we will now do. Unfortunately, this is a bridge battle, and they have got archers, 3 of them, and a catapult, and we don't have any siege. So this is going to be an interesting one. But we need to kill Khazad-dûm. We can't allow him to take Framsburg. And then when Khazad-dûm falls, we can push east and hold at Rakiberg, ideally, or on one of these bridges. But we should take Rakiberg so that they can't flood through it to our land. But I would rather hold on a bridge than at Rakiberg proper. We need to get the siege out of Balin's army and into the bridge battle army, and then we'll hold Gundabad till the bloody cows come home, and then some. But first, we've got to somehow get these troops across there, and actually, now that I think about this, this was probably a really bad idea. We're going to lose way more troops than we need to lose, and we don't have anything really that's actually very good in a bridge battle here. We're also up against a much... no, but we just can't allow... No, I think we're going to have to go for it. So what I'm going to do is employ the not yet patented, but soon to be, Gallo Bridge attack method. And I'm afraid what that means is that this small group of dwarven labourers is about to be offered up as a sacrifice to Mahal himself. For those of you who are uninitiated and maybe don't know who Mahal is, that is the dwarven name for Aule. And it seems to me only fitting that in a dwarven campaign we would call their creator god by the name they give him. So Aule is his elven name, of course, or rather Aule is his, I suppose, name that he chose for himself, but it's in an elven form, isn't it? So right, we are going to make them use up as much of their catapult shot as they have, and as many arrows as they have, and we're just going to offer this unit up as a sacrifice, basically. Actually, if we move you a little bit closer, they might kill themselves with misfire. But they will all die. The hope is that they just won't run away before they die. Oh, look, there's half-trolls there that have javelins. Yeah, get them to throw javelins at you. Oh, I think they already did. Now, don't run, boys. Come on. I know I've put you up to die, but it's an important role. Ah, look, there you go. Even if you now recover... where's the general? Is he on the left or the right? He's in the middle. He's blown the horn and nothing. Alright. Other dwarf labourers, you've seen what happened, and I apologise, you're going to go through the same thing. Until the catapult crew is dead, I'm not crossing that bridge. You couldn't pay me to walk my troops across that bridge until those catapults have finished firing at me. Now, we are the only catapults that have 3 different fire modes. But even then, we actually only have 2 fire modes as far as ammunition is concerned. Both the mortar shot and the standard non-fiery shot use the same ammunition. The grape shot's the only one that uses a different one. Oh, they're already out of primary ammunition and they're swapping to the morale debuffing. Oh, so they do have 2 ammunition types, I suppose. Oh, God's above. They're so inaccurate. They're almost hitting the units that are out of their own range. Remember, this unit doesn't really do anything. It's this attack, sorry, is an anti-morale attack. All right, we offer them up as sacrifice as well. And once they move forward and start taking the arrow fire, the enemy, once the labourers are just fodder. I'm happy for them to die. But this should use up most, if not all, of their arrows. Particularly when they go down to the last few men, and then it's very difficult for them to actually hit them. But this genuinely is how I would recommend you fight bridge battles. Offer up a chaff unit, something poor, that can just soak up all the enemy's range damage and the enemy's, particularly catapults. I wasn't too worried about the archers and the arrows. Oh, and they actually are running out of arrows now. Oh, yes, you beautiful buggers. And dwarven labourers are a dime a dozen. They're cheap. They're not really very good, even though they're armour piercing. Armour piercing's all well and good, but when your attack's only about 5 or 6 or whatever it is, armour piercing doesn't mean anything anymore. And so that's what we're trying to show here. Now, can you guys actually fire? Now, what we're going to do is charge in. We'll pause it because we're going to charge you 3 together. In you go, and then you guys are going to come and stand behind, and the general at the back as well. Let's do this. Off we go. Archers. Actually, if our archers are able to shoot, let's wait and see that first. No, not enough range, but you can go on the bridge and shoot, can't you? Now that they're mostly just archers, it doesn't really matter, actually, does it? Obviously, because archers are worse in melee than normal units. I'm tempted to attack the half-trolls. Can't get them involved. Paleurics are the real threat, to be honest. But we can now just use our arrows. How much time we got? We're getting up to the halfway point. We did attack them, so the timer is against us. But we're making them pay far more than they're making us pay. We've already matched the numbers of their dead. Snow Orc scouts being dropped. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That'll give our troops a much easier time of it when they now get there, which they have done. And now the slog begins.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Right. The half-trolls aren't really too much of a problem because there just aren't enough of them. I think they've already all died. The real threat is the Pale Urks at the back, but the Pale Urks aren't coming up and getting involved by the looks of it. Also, the Mountain Orc Hunters will give us jip, but they haven't moved in yet. Get yourselves out over there. Go, 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 go. There we are. That's a nice little flank. Stay in ranks. In we go. Next ones. Same thing. In we go with the next ones. Same thing again. Grab your weapons. We've got to move. I'm happily playing at time 6 because it's just a slog, so timings aren't all that crucial. Right, there we've surrounded those. Right, the general's here as well. Just act as a morale booster, don't get involved yet. Why have you got a... Oh, you're the garrison army, aren't you? Of course. Of course, horses for courses. We can use the archers as well. How are we doing now? Yeah, we're beating them now. It's a straight up fight. This is going to be more of a loss than we really need. I mean, look, those Pale Orcs are just massacring us over there. We need to just swarm them. Numbers, just numbers them. General, why are you involved?
The enemy general lies dead. Let the Our men are winning the battle.
Ah, the enemy general's died and they're now routing.
We will smash the enemy.
Pale Orcs are thinking about it as well. The only problem with playing the whole battle on time 6 is that when you want to then go faster, you just... There is nothing. There's no faster.
The enemy army feared all of the victory
615.
we have won here today.
Yeah. I don't think we should have fought that really, but that army had the potential to take all of our southern holdings right up to Gundabad. And we are driven by one purpose now. Balin swore by his blood that Gundabad would not fall, and we are charged with ensuring that oath is seen out. Now, what we should absolutely do, because he's probably the only fellow this side of the river, the crossing is all the way down there. Now, that is held by... Do you have a spy?
Yes.
Oh, yes, we do. Thank goodness for that.
They shall not see me, sire.
Oh, that's Dol Guldur down there, but that is held... Elven Acres is held by... But then they'd have to go through Dol Guldur's lands to use the river crossing.
I'm gonna stick you.
Meithelberg is going to fall, and even when we reclaim it, it's not going to be of any use to us. So let's just make sure we get money out of it. Set the garrison to destroying everything. Anything that can go, get rid of it. It's a shame you can't destroy the mountain outpost once they're built. Yeah, and you might as well set the tax rate to high while it's being sieged, because we're going to lose it. I mean, I've only got a single unit in there. That's not a problem. That's not an issue at all. We got about 7,000 gold out of that. Right, what we need is the catapults in his army to go and join in Gern's army. Because at the minute, Gern doesn't have anything that will actually hold. It's the Dwarven. 6% Dwarven here. You should probably just sit in there for now.
We'll rest here the night, son.
How are we doing in Gundabad? We get Hammers of Gundabad straight away once that's built, so at least we get one trickle of units. One trickle of unit? Is that the word I mean? Yeah. You're building a militia garrison, and what we need in Framsburg really is to upgrade it to a dwarven castle, because at the minute it's a crappy wood middleman castle or woodsman castle.
Aye, sire.
And crappy is the word I would use on purpose. Gnarly, I think you will need to try and go north though, but I'm not sure actually. I don't think you should. I think you should push east. Everyone should push east. We should gut them. Take Dol Guldur. But then I just don't know. Look how big they are. How massive Dol Guldur is. And we're the only enemy now. This is going to be such a slog. I think we're probably going to be fighting in Dol Guldur for so long that by the time we finally can get relief up to the north, the North will probably be able to train its own troops. Because remember, Gundabad, whilst very irritated that I'm now attacking them, has to deal with Erebor and Dale still, who are still putting up a bit of a fight. They're putting up resistance. And I've taken Gundabad's main territories
The enemy
here.
lays siege, but we will stand proud.
Now that I've said that, though, actually, the siege being in Dane's Halls probably isn't a bad thing. Dale Wayne's, though. No. If you take Rakibeg, they give us 2k gold. Dogaldor have pulled forces back.
Aye, noble sire.
Can you take any
Aye,
troops?
my
You can have
liege.
3
Aye,
troops.
lord. An honor, my lord.
Move up towards
Aye,
Gnarly.
sire.
Move up towards Gnarly.
out, my king.
Move.
Onward.
Move.
Aye, sire. Move out.
Stand on the bridges
Aye.
for now.
Move out. Aye, sire.
Oh, that was a proper army.
My king. March. Aye, move out.
Khazad Reclaimers.
Emptying armies. Onward.
Look at that.
Aye, aye.
Armies out of nowhere. Before they know what's happened to them, they're getting hit by more and more armies. I hope you're all getting tooled into economy, because we desperately need it. And Dunland, if you even so much as think of attacking that town, there will be more than hell to pay, I can assure you of that. I'll throw every bloody thing I have at you. Construction. Khazad-dûm got Ballaster Maker. Silvertime built the whole of Owley. Oh, nice. Adonanrod got an army barracks? An army barracks. Use that opportunity to train. Oh, you get First Legion out of an army barracks. Well done, Tilly. Well done. Thewin got a pub, and Framsburg built its brewery. Right, get me a militia garrison and get me it fast, because you guys are going to need to sit there and defend this place. So we need a militia garrison, and then we'll build the next one after that as well, and then we'll build the pub. They'll attack at Dane's Halls because they'll think they can win. But we'll see what their army does against the catapults of Khazad-dûm.
An honor, my lord.
They're bringing down a large army here to face us.
Aye, noble sire. Aye.
But we'll merge all of this lot together, and then we'll have an army of our own. There's Torfilin, there's Gundabad. Yeah, so they're not going to be coming up from the south side of the river now, so we should move on to that bridge. And then we can protect the west from that bridge. Dogaldor still bizarrely haven't taken Meithelberg, even though they outnumber me. And all I have in the garrison is some horsemen, which are notoriously terrible inside towns. Oh, there we go, they finally did it. And another town falls. Now, Dogaldor could come up from the south there, but that's why we're now hitting them here, outside of Khazad-dûm, to try and draw their attention away from the north, which seems to have succeeded, because we're now up against a massive army. Oh my good god. Captain Ishgaz, Kamul's Shadow Knights leading his army. They've got Trolls, Mirkwood Uruks, Goblin Stalkers, who are a very good javelin unit, and Shadow Rangers, a good archer as well. But no general, so they'll want to run away. There's Sharthak, who's been slowly depleting. He's got Shadow Guard, but otherwise just lots of Dogaldor Scouts, which is a less good javelin unit. And then lastly, Zogrul. Now, what I actually am thinking of doing here to utilize maximum strength on our part, yes, I thought they might do that, is if we pull away, then they don't want to pull the garrison out of Arui, so they've not chased, so now they don't have the numbers to think they can beat me, so now we can attack them with our strength. Simple repositioning, and it's paid off. You are going to have to sit in Framsburg, because Dogaldor aren't going to let you come. They're not just going to sit there and let us reside. He's definitely going to attack.
Aye, my liege.
Okay, so Gnarly.
Aye, noble
1,
sire.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Aye, sire. Onward. Aye. Aye, sire. Move out.
Oh, they can't get in there.
Onward, my king. Aye, sire. An honor, my lord. My king.
Yeah. Oh, are we all running away?
Aye.
Cards!
Honor, my lord.
Face me like a bloody man!
I'm gonna stick.
Disgraceful displays.
Aye, noble
Right, do you have
sire.
anyone that's
Aye,
pretty
my lord.
naff that could do with...
Aye.
Oh, no, we just have 3 armies.
sire.
We'll just build 3 armies, of course.
My king.
All
Aye,
these
lord.
troops, just keep going east,
Aye.
guys. Oh, we are absolutely burning through money. We might have to stop training now. Oh, but you're training some elites. We'll let you finish your elites. I don't need a Ballaster crew.
Aye, lord.
And I don't need a Dwarven Labourer. No. Alright, we'll finish those Arsulus, and then that's your lot, I'm afraid. That's your lot. How much culture did you go up in a single turn? Oh, it's up to 9%. It was only on 4% a few turns ago, wasn't it? So it is soaring up. All perfect. I don't think we're going to be able to afford... By the time we built that, I think we will have run out of money. Yes. Yes. Right, what are they going to do down in Arui? And are we going to fight at Dane's Halls? That's the question. The question on everyone's lips. Come on, Gundabad, hit me at Dane's Hall so I can show you the might of dwarven catapults in an enclosed space. Oh dear. Another lore tidbit for you. I'm sure many of you know already, but some of you might not, that Baruch Khazad, the war cry at the beginning, just means axes of the dwarves. Khazad is dwarven, or Khuzdul, for dwarf. Khazad-dûm just means like dwarf, home. Dûm is very much taken to mean like city or home or that kind of thing. And so it's the home of the dwarves. And Khazad is seen in Baruch Khazad. And then it also goes on to say Khazad I Manu, which means the dwarves are upon you. Oh, did I just save it? I did. Let's save it again. Right, if we've got any low numbered units, get them out on the walls, get the towers firing as fast as possible. And then the catapults, we will line up inside the central room.
Our foes appear to be gaining the upper hand in this battle.
We will shoot them as they come through the doors. Our foes will not get the upper hand in this battle, announcer man. Don't worry. Do not worry. Right, we need to give them enough... We need enough room so that we have somewhere to actually hit them. And then we need to take the best defensive units that we've got. You four. Do not let them get through to the siege. Curl around a bit on the edges so that we funnel the enemy into the middle space. Alright, ranged forces. Just stand on one side and shoot at them. Ballister crews, you can do the same. No, the ballister crews need to be in the middle so they don't inadvertently shoot the catapults out. Which makes me think that maybe the catapults should go even wider, actually, and go on those two widths. Yeah, I think that's better, because then they can, like, cut in, can't they? Yeah, that'll be better, I think. That catapult on the right hasn't got the best troops in it, so we'll put those in there. Filter them in. You stand ready. Ah, she's a beauty, isn't she? Alright, I got 20 spears. I might have just put them there in that wall, actually. It won't let me mount the wall at the moment, so you're going to have to just stand near to the door, and I'll run you down. Might be able to get those 3 on the wall, though. No, you're going to have to run down as well. So you can use these walls. We fought in Dane's Halls before, in many times, in fact, have we not now? And so you're all familiar with Dane's Halls and the general battle plan one uses when fighting here. Just point the way. Get down there and get down there. Go. They come out of these little doors here in a few moments' time. And then they'll run down to the walls, they'll activate the towers, and the enemy will start getting shot at. But it takes a little while for them to go through, as you can see. But they are moving. They're now teleporting through the tunnel, through the ground, in the very earth itself. They're bringing the battering ram up. They're bringing the ladders up, interestingly. By the time we get there, the towers are not even going to be effective. Oh no, there we go. Look, the towers are now in range. They're firing off. Ah, fantastic. Are you firing as well, tower over there? Yes, you are. Brilliant. Brilliant. Every death is an aid and an assistance. You can just stand where you are now. The towers are already firing. So the towers, they've got Black Shield Warband that they've kept back, which the towers are now just going to pick off. That's brilliant. Alright. And our army stands ready. Pull back a bit, guys. Pull back a bit. Right. Front line, defense. Do not let the enemy get through you. Don't let the catapults get hit. Alright, come on then. Here they come. Remember, this is a very strong Snow Orc army. This is not a low-tier chaff goblin army that we are used to fighting. Out on that field are a number of companies that will decimate us. Although it's very handy that they've offered up the Black Shield Warriors and Warband as sacrifice.
Curses! The enemy are battering down our gates.
The Warband is the shield and spear one, and then the
The enemy's ram has breached the gates.
Warriors are the
The
axes.
enemy have the walls. Look to our defence, or all is lost.
There you go, look, them at the back. Go on. Oh, lovely. That's what you like to see. The red splatter starts taking to the skies. Just keep thundering away into that large central group. Oh, the enemy general's already dead.
Let the crows have his miserable bones, and let our swords have his men.
You may fire at will. We've got routing. We've lost 2%, they've lost 50. It's happening! Nothing stands taller than the might of the dwarves. Yes! Cards! Yes, when the going gets tough, the tough go and have a little cry in the corner. Off you go. Toodle pip. Bye for now. Thanks for coming. We'd love to see you all and do this again sometime. Now, annoyingly, the Black Shield Warband over there hasn't got the message. Someone please resend them the memo, and this time type urgent in the message bar. in the subject bar. Orc Avengers coming for a little dabble, a little taste. Oh, no, they've decided to turn around as well. Right, we'll set those to fire at will. No. I just saw what they were thinking of doing. Ah, the Ballister Crews are also actually really helping. For once, the accuracy of our Dwarven Ballister is finally proving to be a boon. A boon and not a condition. Guild Wars 2 talking there. What's the opposite of a boon? A malice. A malus, maybe? Oh, it's over. It's just so over. 71% of the enemy has died. I could fight this battle 19 times over and I would still find it fun. There's just something about orc massacring that really appeals to me because I just hate orcs so much. I am, in any fantasy scenario, I go to as humans. Humans are my absolute top pick, whatever happens. If it's sci-fi, if it's fantasy, no matter what, I love humans. I love the plight of my own people in a world with beasts and monsters and all sorts of weird and wonderful and wacky things. And I like that. Second is always dwarves. I'm always a dwarf guy over an elf guy. I take the dwarves, over the elves any day of the week. Any day of the week. And so I just love things like this. Right, we have now one. Do we actually want you to fire at will? No, because you're going to try and shoot the warband on the other side of the door, which means you won't do anything. Similarly, you guys, can we stop firing? And Ballister Crew also stop firing. Right, the warbands outside the door. I'm not really sure what their plan here is. I might send Barlin out, actually, because he could now mop up whatever's left. I'd be really interested to see how many kills the tower's got as well. Yes, so your mission, if you choose to accept it, because I'm not going to do it for the video because that will just be so boring to watch, and I could add it up after the game as well, but I'd like to challenge you all, if I may. I will, at the end screen, please can you comment down below with how many kills the towers got for the benefit of others, and then I will remember to read that out in the live stream on Saturday. He says I will remember to read that out in the live stream on Saturday. Alright, feel free to fire at will again because more troops are coming. Just pull yourselves back a little bit. Go on, give me a blast. Oh,
Our men are winning the battle.
accidentally
If we
killed our own.
continue like
There
this,
we go.
look how
Yeah.
cowardly the enemy
Yes.
are utterly vanquished.
Look at
This
those
is a great
numbers.
victory, worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
Look at those numbers. 33. 33 dwarves died today, and 1,985 orcs will now be burnt before the steps of Dane's halls. And we will feast from the fires of their burning bodies.
562! Get the golden sword out, but nay! Nay, he cries! They are challenged, and they are bested. Dwarven catapult at 571. 9 kills more. 1,000. 1,133 orcs were killed by the catapult crews alone. The ballaster got 263, and all in all, it was a bloody fine day. So, these are the numbers. Add them all up for me, please. And then once you've added all of those numbers up, go back to this one and work out the enemy killed. And all of these numbers, you'll be able to work out what the towers did. We captured 61. Oh, that is an absolutely wonderful start to anyone's day. And that is just fan-bloody-tastic. What a win. What a win. Balin, you monster. In many ways, I was thinking about this while I was writing the intro yesterday, actually. I think Balin might now be the heir to the throne of the Longbeards, because Dane, as I imagine, Dane died some time ago, and Balin is a member of the royal line. And he has a greater claim to that royal line than I think anyone living, unless Dane has any children. But certainly Gimli, for example, has a lesser claim to the throne than Balin does. I'm sure that's the case. Well, we could check out. I think our family tree starts and ends with Balin, though, actually, or possibly Fundin. Oh no, we are in the tree. Ah, perfect. No, indeed, yeah, it starts and ends with Fundin, so you don't see the wider tree. Okay. If you play as Erebor, their tree's quite extensive.
Sire. Today's journey is over, sire.
Khazad-dûm got a steelmongers and is able to now build a fairground. Nice. You are going for just income-based buildings. That's good to see. We drain those. Osnithiel got a steelmongers. Grain exchange, large pig farm, miners quarters. Yep. Eco buildings. Kaloniak got some roads up. It's going for a master stoneworkers. It's going miners. Large pig farm, steelmongers during its garrison. Yeah, I suppose those will do. Not sure we'll bother with the stoneworkers, actually. We'll put that in fourth if we need it. But you've already built the eco buildings, so I'm not sure it's worth it. And speaking of them not being worth it, I don't know if the miners' quarters is worth it. Oh, yeah, because we need that extra free upkeep, don't we? Because then we'll get... Oh, they are both free. They are both free. So we don't really need the miners' quarters. So I'll take the pig farm if I can, actually. And don't worry about that garrison either. Brunnost. You can only build a garrison. You don't need the other garrison that you now have built then. Where is that? The militia garrison. Get rid of that and we'll should see your income. So you're at 1168. We destroy that and you got 1268. Perfect. I've said this before, but again, I'll explain it just for your benefit. The building income plus minus 100. First of all, you cannot show it as just minus. It doesn't work like that because Medieval 2 didn't really expect anyone to use minus. So you always get a plus minus, but it does mean that it takes 100 away. But what it actually does is it doesn't take 100 flat away from the town. It takes 100 away from the income. And what I mean by that is, if your income is only 10, for example, your income will drop to 0. It cannot go into the negative. But so it just drops that number by 100. But if that number is less than 100, it just takes it down to 0. So it will never give you a negative income. It will just weaken your existing income. So always bear that in mind. Right, you're building a militia garrison. That is pivotal. Dane's Halls, you can carry on now with your militia garrison, which will be a dream. I think we're going to hold Dane's Halls. I'm feeling very confident. So the weak link, I think, is going to actually end up being like the Gundabad kind of area. But they're about to get the Hall of Durin. We're going down to 7,000. That's so low. All right.
My king, aye, lord.
2 of you can join Daram.
Onward. Aye, sire.
Daram is then going to move to that spot and attack Arui. Where... Oh, we can assault, actually. Maintain the siege for now.
I know
You're going to move in as well.
My king.
And then, can I get you guys?
Aye, sire.
No, we'll
Aye.
put you... What's the furthest
Aye,
you can go?
sire.
You can stand there. So go behind him
Move
there,
on,
actually.
My king. Aye, sire. Aye, I know.
Barley.
Aye, my-
I
my
can't move
king.
Barley. I'd like Barley to take
My
command of
king.
that army. We don't want...
Aye.
I'd rather have 3
Onward. Aye,
commanded armies
Aye.
than...
We march no further today.
Oh, why can't we retrain that down, catapult? Oh, you can get some more Sons of the Fallen in. Yes, please. They are retraining now. You've only got an armourer, so we want troops trained in the Silvertine if we can, because it now has the highest possible Dwarven armour tier, which is the Hall of... or the Aulean Armourer, I believe it's called. Hall of Aule instead, and it gives Aulean Plate. Which is the best armour in the entire game, I believe, actually. Is it not? Dwarves don't get advanced armourers because they are the most advanced armourers, meaning they have nothing to learn from other races. So they don't get an
Onward.
advanced armourer.
That'll do him today,
And I feel confident in saying that. I'm sure they don't. I'm sure we're one of the few that don't get it because we just wouldn't learn anything from it. We are the best. We wrote the book on being armourers. I don't know when I started this recording, but I'm feeling confident we're over 30 minutes. So I'm going to actually end there, primarily because I don't want to fight another battle. I'm going to go and record the next Battle for Middle-earth episode now. And I need to keep the energy high to fight that. So we've amassed 3 full armies to hit Dol Guldur. It should be enough. But Dol Guldur are going to, like Mordor, they train a lot of spam and trash. You'll note that Lothlorien is still held, so we might have to suck up and get Lothlorien on side. In fact, I think there's probably going to be...
Awaiting your command.
There is something you wish to speak of? I see little my people need. Oh well, our discussions.
I think we're going to have to. So we'll get the diplomat back. We'll set up good relations with Lothlorien. Try and get them involved with Dol Guldur. But anyway, for now, that's going to conclude. So thank you very much for watching. Indeed you have. I do hope you have enjoyed today's episode as much as I have. I have loved every bloody second of this massacre. And until we speak again, dear friends, have a wonderful day. I hope you look forward to Torox tomorrow. I'm looking forward to Torox tomorrow. And until then, Nevair Naden Perimad Melunin. And farewell.